Hello and welcome to 3.0 TV. I am Vishakha Thakur and you are watching the Coin Monitor. So first, let's have a look at the top headlines of the day. Crypto takes a breather after strong rally. Diverging ETF flows signal investor rotation. Regulatory winds shift positive but muted impact. But before we move forward, please do like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you keep receiving such important updates. And now let's get started. Crypto markets cooled off today after a multi-week rally from the April lows. Now, in the last 24 hours, the market cap has slipped by 2.38%, now standing at $3.34 trillion. While Bitcoin, the market leader, as we say, has dipped to a 9-day low of $104,684 and then rebounded to just above $106,000. Well, it was down 1.75% in the last 24 hours, but still only 5% away from record high levels. So around 92,500 Bitcoin options contracts will expire today and May 30, and they have a notional value of roughly $10 billion. So this could induce a more volatility into markets that have been in retreat for the past several days. Now, Ethereum faced rejection from a major resistance zone once again, pulling its price down by over 3.7% in the past 24 hours to trade around $2,625. So moving on to US-based crypto ETFs, according to Farsight Investors data, the spot Bitcoin ETF recorded a net outflow of $346.8 million yesterday, the first outflow in nearly 10 trading days, whereas spot Ether ETFs registered a net inflow of $91.9 million. Now, on the macro side, the market sentiment was hit after a second US court blocked President Trump's proposed tariffs. In addition, Treasury Secretary Bessent confirmed that trade talks with China have stalled, adding uncertainty to global markets, including crypto. Now, the Crypto Fear and Greed Index remains greed-driven at 61. So historically, markets tend to cool down after extended periods of greed-driven rallies, and today's decline fits that pattern. So Solana dropped by 4.79%, while Cardano ADA slipped 5.81%. Also, DogeCoin took a hit, falling 8.76%, and XRP declined by 4%. Now, even newer coins like Sui were not spared, with a 5.17% dip, whereas Link, AVAX, and Hype are down by 8 to 10%. So, DeepSeek released upgraded AI model claims a parity with ChatGPT Gemini. And despite this positive development, AI tokens like BitTensor Tau, Fairtner, FIL are down by 10 to 12%. Now, the Securities and Exchange Commission and Binance moved to drop the SEC's lawsuit against Binance on Thursday. Despite this positive development, BNB coin was down by 1.66%, trading around $671.53. Now, on the regulatory front, the SEC published a staff statement saying staking activities don't violate securities law. The statement greenlights companies to provide services like staking, pooled staking, custody, and more. On exchange front, Bybit has obtained a MiCA license from Austria's Financial Market Authority, allowing the exchange to expand into European market. Meanwhile, the Bank of Russia said financial institutions may offer qualified investors financial derivatives, securities, and digital financial assets whose yields are linked to cryptocurrency prices. So with all that in mind, the outlook remains that crypto traders are eyeing today's US PCE inflation data, which could sway market momentum. The annual PCE expected to ease to 2.2%, slightly down from 2.3% last month, while month-over-month PCE is forecast to rise 0.1%. Meanwhile, the core PCE, the Fed's preferred inflation gauge, is projected to drop to 2.2% annually. However, on a monthly basis, it's expected to tick up 0.1% after recording 0% last month. Now, these slight shifts could influence rate expectations. Any dovish interpretation may spark a bullish move in crypto. So that's all in this episode of Coin Monitor. Keep watching 3.0 TV for more such updates. Do log on to our website www.3versetv.io or scan the QR code. This is me, Vishakha Thakur, signing off.